Pro with Coddle Guy and Wagamama.
I'm back at the casting booth with my good buddy Wagamama.
More VP Navi coming up.
I'm excited. It's another CIS adventure here. Most of the panel think that Virtus Pro are going to be slated for game number 2. Waga, what do you think?
I think Navi are in a way better draft than their last game. That's what I'm going to start out saying. I didn't like Navi's draft one bit in the last game, but this one, they could actually pull ahead. I think Sven is great in this game and a really nice last pick. He works quite well against Lifesteer as well, just because of that armor boost for his entire team. Can save people. But it comes down to the early game, and art style on Enchantress, he has to do a lot early game, but if you watch TI1, you know that art style, he has played Enchantress before. He has some ideas.
TI1, Dota was a different game back then, Waga. The maps changed, we got colored rivers now, crazy couriers, mazes and trees that you easily see. It's just a whole different game, but you're right, this guy's been around the block, and I'm excited to see a bit of a throwback there, and another Enchantress game from him. Early arrow connection.
Denied bounty rune.
Oh,
I haven't seen that. Like, I can't remember having seen that in like forever. The first bounty rune getting denied, not snagged. Just
so technically, Navi are the only team that will benefit from the early bounty rune here. That will be, of course, be Dendi.
Sadly, first bounty rune not so important anymore as it doesn't give experience. It's just a gold boost, but slight advantage for the puck
here. And you know, as Jaskal was saying, a pretty even mid lane matchup. It comes down to skill for both of these players. And both of these players have been prominent mid laners for many years. So classic matchup in this front. But we'll have to see what kind of outside influences, though, will come in and try to, you know, mess things up, whether it's the roaming Enchantress or Bounty Hunter. Yeah, we'll see.
And speaking of the two of them, they're having a little bit of a, you know, a fight here as FNG is chasing after the poor Enchantress, hunting her with his Orb Eventum.
She does have that ridiculously fast move speed, the fastest now in the game. Tied with Coddle, of course. Can't forget that.
Coddle is actually that fast now, huh?
Yes, he is.
God damn.
It's nice.
Still not getting picked, though.
Bad hero, though. But nonetheless, Enchantress will be able to benefit from move speed by ducking and diving. And in fact, she's going to be taking her business all the way to the VP side of the jungle to find some groove there, while FNG will continue to follow her about. While we see General, again, going to be playing the offlane Mirana. Can't really fault him on it. Landed many good arrows last game. Found some good farm. Never upgraded her shoes, though, so we'll see if she goes to
Yeah, I don't know about the keeping your shoes on brown boots all game, because at some point you need to start right-clicking and bringing down the enemy supports quickly. I actually think there was some time where you should upgrade, probably after the Blink pickup. Axe into Blink and then just upgrade. But the BKB was so needed.
Can't you stop following me?
Yeah, he cannot get some lone time here, art style. And still on a level 1 with no experience.
He has finally split off, as the 2-minute rune will be coming up here in a moment, which so Nico, or sorry, FNG will be able to snag up a DD rune, and we'll see what he decides to do with it. As we touch base here, 11-2 for G to Dendi's 9-2. And now comes FNG with a DD rune. Boom!
Hurts.
It's going to hit pretty damn hard here. And, you know, there goes the rest. Easy catch.
The arrow,
nice
though.
Kill. And it will be responded. General just comes out of the blue with an arrow.
Yep. He's there. Lands the arrow and gets a nice solo experience from that as well. So while Dendi takes the fall, they still get something out of it. But that puts Windrunner in a little advantage now in the mid lane.
Yeah, and it does also mean that their Lifestealer will have a safe lane to just kind of continue his grind to farm right now. So good first strike for Virtus Pro. And for Yoku, I mean, not getting contested too hard at this point. Disruptor is one of the best supports to have going against, in a laning phase against a Darkseer, with the benefit of the Glimpse stopping him from being able to surge away from trouble. Plus you have the kinetic field, but Disruptor does need levels. And you know,
I think the Sven Disruptor lane is pretty potent, actually. You have so much damage from the Sven, and I think they could be more aggressive on this Darkseer. But they're respecting him a lot, maybe because they can't always know where the Bounty Hunter is and when. If they go really aggressively, well, whoops. Of course, they do have one sentry defensively, though.
And General continues to kind of roam about. Looks like might consider taking his business back to that off lane if necessary. But yeah, now FNG for art style once again.
Breaks the smoke.
Yep. He's trying to come in to get a gank happening, but FNG just being that gatekeeper, not letting him in one bit. So we'll have two simultaneous kind of skirmishes here between the mid laners and then these 4 positions going toe-to-toe. And there's that pressure you're talking about.
Yeah. That's very interesting. It's opposite to, or it's identical to what No Fear was doing in last game on his Earth Spirit.
Yep.
He's just protecting on mid lane, making sure G can, play his game without being too bothered. And
it's just something we see from Na'Vi, every time. They love to put a lot of emphasis on this mid lane, even running dual lanes at times, just to make sure they get a good start for Dendi. But
yeah.
yeah.
Bottom
BP,
lane.
I've been wagering a bit. The bottom
Yoku.
lane, he's in trouble. Stun set up, so Nico will be there with a kinetic field, and Yoku has nowhere to run. He's stuck in a cage of death, and he will go down.
Easy last hit for Soneko, who's probably going to rush straight into the mana boots, I can only imagine here. He has to boot nothing else and 450 gold.
I wouldn't mind, because then you have the
Sven needs it
option.
as well.
You can later on turn into an Aether Lens, which I think is wonderful on Disruptor. The
Yeah.
glimpse becomes so ridiculously long, you can glimpse people out of a different game. It's amazing.
And it also helps all your skills. That's the thing. Like, your entire ulti combo is so easy to do from a safe distance without feeding. And you can surprise people. It's like when people get Aether Lens on Lina and that stun comes out from such a long range, you can just take fights with a thing like that.
FNG just... he's only level 1, but his impact in this early game has been very, very good. So
Yeah.
he will eventually, though, need to get some levels, so we'll have to see. I know a Tome
It's the
will probably be
Tome.
waiting for him.
Only the Tome.
Tome will be waiting for him, but you might need to kind of, start getting side-by-side in some of this kill participation or
Yeah,
leeching some
FNG
XP.
is no stranger to playing the, position 6 support. No gold at all, but he actually gets nuked straight away here. No love from Disruptor. He shows himself for a second before going in this. And
He's like, I'm just here for the XP. Don't worry about me.
yeah, just give me level 2.
But nice little pull through from Soneko to kind of get the wave back towards their side here. How has this mid lane been going? 27-6. Well, Denny's played some nice catch up here. He was brought down first, and G had the lane, to himself a bit, but Denny's back in action here. ICS still belongs to this Lifestealer for the second game straight. One Fly is definitely putting in, or Aloha Dancer, always putting in the work now.
Yeah. Yeah, and Soneko actually going quite aggressive here. FNG is gonna get stunned up.
Yes, he will. They turn back and they burst him down. Yes, they can.
Oh, that ulti lasted as well for this fight. That's just sad. Oh, Windrunner tries for a power shot, doesn't get the prediction though. Soneko gonna run straight to the right on this one.
Good start for Na'Vi, already 3-1.
I like the wards he just dropped, by the way. This is just gonna help a lot with predicting the ganks on Sven. Because if Sven gets uncontested farm, he actually farms way faster than Lifestealer. So just look towards him finishing up that Helm of Dominator and farming up. Protected now by the ward and sentry.
A bit of a pause here as we see Artstyle posturing up towards this mid lane. He's looking to go in without the smoke. Convenient to him, FNG is not nearby, making his way from the mid lane here. So can Artstyle get in there and find the opening before FNG shows up?
Not the best ganking creeps, though. He has a wolf and a satyr.
No lockdown.
The combo is not really there for him. And FNG,
the jig is up.
You say he's not there? He's always there.
And he suddenly shows up, and Artstyle's going to have to find business elsewhere, but he gets shackled down, and he's got to run. That Focus Fire comes out, trying his best to muscle down G with those creeps, but that is food for G.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Of course, a level 7 Windrunner, pretty strong at bringing down a poor Enchantress.
Uh-oh, turnaround now comes out Dendy as he commits the coil. So Nico shows up, will have the glimpse. No, he will not. Too low of a level, can't really get in there, and that's a coil for nothing.
Yeah, I mean, coil does have a very low cooldown, so I'm all for using it if you believe you could, at any chance, get a kill. Oh, they know where Bounty Hunter is, but can't punish him.
It just used an arrow to farm up a creep, but they'll have to kind of leave FNG.
Ditya raw with his stun. I don't think he can kill Yoku, though. He's chasing him.
They're hustling about right now. There goes Kinetic Field, and Yoku's trapped, and Yoku's dead. Ditya raw picks up that one. Yoku had a really nice game number 1 with his team impact, and mid lane, same time, Dendi.
Poor Dendi. He's not having a good game here.
Nice sidestep, but boom, double Hadouken into Starstorm.
Wow.
Oh, wow. No fear.
He gets brought down there. That long range nuke, it's just insane how strong Hadouken is. At least, you know, it's not enough mana to keep spamming it. It's just 4 nukes now. Then they're out of mana. No more.
It was funny. From our perspective, he's like, yeah, right, dodge that arrow, but Dan, double shockwave.
Looking good, and then nope.
Oh,
wow, that shackle.
Nice catch from G to get the 2. Yoku shows up here, but at the same moment.
Not just that he gets it, it's the fact that they were standing almost right next to each other and he gets it, because then the angle is really, really precise.
Awkward. Yeah.
So, very nice play there by G. And he's got some good farm going, 42 CS, and he's had 4 kills, hasn't died a single time despite many attempts to kill him on mid lane.
Puts him at that top of the net worth right now. And as we go back to check out Aloha dancing, obviously it's been a quiet game for him as he continues his grind of farm. He's played 4 of his 5 lifetime lifestealer games recently, so pretty impressive stuff. And, you know, just shy on the top of the net worth for his team next to G. And it looked like he was also going to be picking up a pretty similar item build-up. Do you think he should really defer to anything different from what we saw in game number 1?
I mean, you will always go armlets on a lifestealer, I think. There's no doubt about that. I like that people don't go Midas on him anymore because you need the early game aggression items. And I don't see why he would change it, actually. I think the build he went for was very effective.
That means the follow-up would probably be the Echo Saber, right?
Echo Saber right after, yeah. I think that's a great build for him.
All right, we'll see if it's something he does go for here. Well, FNG continues to be a bit of that
setting up
nuisance
a
here.
trap.
He's scouting this movement pattern from Na'Vi.
Oh, he saw the smoke around the corner. He's being such a nuisance, as you say.
And as they head to the top lane, I mean, always will fly hang around for a bit, but he'll just probably hang out and pull back to the tower to avoid any trouble. We'll see, though. Moonlight Shadow.
He walks into them, actually.
Uh-oh. And right into a kinetic field. But there's no kinetic field, only the static storm, so he just walks away.
The kinetic field did not have time to actually lock him there, and he put it down pretty early, but nope. Lifestealer is just going to walk away.
Bit awkward. It was just so sudden. I mean, maybe they didn't even expect him to just be suddenly in their face.
I don't know. They were invis as well, so they really should have gotten that kill.
Ditchira going into man mode now, looking to hustle against Yoku. Yoku's just going to surge the hell away from that red man. Make it away from trouble. Well,
would the Haster who could maybe have chased harder and tried to force something? Force a TP at least? Because there's a lot of people mid now.
And a lot of people
Lion?
looking to make a fight happen here. FNG shows himself as he looks to turn it back around, and they'll get Sonico with that burst. But they will also be losing their No Fear Lion as he gets coiled down.
I like the last hit coil. It's good stuff.
Nice little cherry on top.
Yeah, it's just, you know, the good stuff.
Got to secure Dendy that little bit of gold. And
big
he'll get
deny.
even more gold. Oh, he'll lose out on gold. Yeah, you're right. The deny coming in from Aloha Dance.
Yeah, he didn't even rage or anything. He just walks up, denies them, and says, hey, what are you going to do about it? Can't do much to a farmed lifestealer this early on. At least not when you, you know, don't get the Disruptor ulti working on him.
So what do you think about the early game for game number 2 and compared to like how we saw for game number 1? It looks like, again, you know, Na'Vi looking for those kind of setups. They kind of get thwarted a bit. Good, as I like to say, gatekeeper in the mid lane, FNG, scouting everything out.
I would say this game is starting out much better for Na'Vi. They now dewarded the Ancients as well here. Or they almost did. They need to kill that sentry ward. Excuse me. They're just leaving it. But they're getting much more space, and they have a hero who actually works in this game compared to the draft in last game was just really hard.
Pull back into the static storm. Kinetic field will be dropped. G's stuck in it, but it looks like he'll go back. So Nico doesn't really have much mana to work with right now. Oh, double stun lockdown. That bounty hunter
Puck
is
ulti?
Definitely dead. There's the ulti from the Puck. Coils down GG. Looks to go for the TP and not gonna get canceled as well. So Nico tried to make his move, but got a good stun there from No Fear. Now they look for Aloha Dance as he's silenced up, and
no mana on the Sven and no magic wand either.
Yep. They will be able to stop this tier 1 push, though, as they open wounds on Aditya Ra. He's looking to hustle back and away. No Fear connects with the Impale, though, and that may be the end of it. Moonlight Shadow helps secure the escape.
They don't want to overcommit and suddenly get turned by Mirana and Puck. They were both kind of just sitting around protecting there. And
Na'Vi stepped back. I mean, were they able to get a lot from that? It looked like they were hoping for that kind of kill with an objective follow-up, but the tower wasn't.
They
really
tried, but they got some damage onto the tower at least, and I think eventually they're going to get it. They just need to play the safe game. Na'Vi are not on some time pressure this time, though, compared to last game. So they can just farm up. It's all about the Ancients, really. If they can protect that, keep it unblocked, and stack it, then they're going to be fine.
That's where it's for FNG on Virtus Pro to maybe move it around and scout out this engine camp and prevent it from being done right now. But he's close to level 6, and
No Fear walking up towards the Puck here. He solo smoked for it, and it gets broken.
And he doesn't know where the hell this
yeah,
Puck
but
is.
There's one
must be north. Using the deduction here. And not going to be able to get it. Bottom lane, though. They might be able to get Yoku. It looks like they will. Stun will set it up coming up from Ditya Rock. Kinetic field will be dropped. And 4 Na'Vi members.
A lot of damage dealt, though, before he died. But yeah, he does go down here.
killing spree for Dendy's Fairy Dragon now, so.
And he started out 0-2-0, so that's a pretty big comeback for him. Whereas the Windrunner is still rocking a 4-0 score.
And Dendy will have his Blink Dagger now at about 5 gold, so.
Yeah.
Very nice to have that strong gap closing and initiation capability here.
Worth mentioning as well that he has the Power Treads upgrade, which is standard. A lot of people will go for the Power Treads first, and some people actually skip the Blink entirely for the Veil still, even though it got changed a little bit. The double Null Talisman build for Puck is quite good, I've heard.
Is it, you know, a lot of love going for the early Veil just for the fact of being able to farm up faster, take down creep waves faster?
And you're harder to burst, actually. I mean, sure, you don't have the escape Blink, but realistically, you're not going to have high-level phase shift anyway by the time you have your Blink Dagger. So not very often can you use the Blink Dagger for other stuff than initiation. So it's just a matter of sacrificing initiation, but being harder to bring down and bursting a little bit harder. But it's preference.
Then he's tracked up, so he wants to play this one a bit safe here. And we'll just go back into his grind of farm.
A very nice thing, though, for Puck. I played it a little bit after the change that Int now buffs your damage. It actually makes him able to burst creep waves if you have enough Int with 2 spells. So that's a really big impact. Just for your flash farming, because else it's, you know, 2 nukes and then you got to right-click every creep once as well. The amount of time you have to spend clearing creep waves.
Not efficient.
No.
Okay, smoke movement for Virtus Pro, and General is the target. Gets shackled up, gets shot down.
He's dead, and they're going for Ancients at the same time here, and they're actually done with it already. They just kill it really quick.
Well, both Echo Sabers done at the same time for both cores on each team. Sven uses his to go get the Ancient Camp down, and Virtus Pro uses theirs to go get a kill.
Yep, and of course, that's going to be a kill with an objective as well. They're going to get the tower, but mid-tower is the trade. That tower was pretty low HP, though.
They even just scanned the Ancient Camp right there, but they're too late, so they won't see anyone there. And at the same moment, Na'Vi, as you already mentioned, we're going to be able to bring down the tower. So good plus of economy coming the way for Na'Vi now.
Nice thing for Na'Vi here, they saw the Bounty Hunter rotate down bottom, so they want to take a fight top with this, but it's just a little bit too late. I don't think they can really find anyone. They do ping out the ward, though.
Glimpse back, but they're not going to get it. Bottom lane, Dendy getting tickled here. A bit from FNG. They'll force out a Moonlight Shadow. Will they re-engage with it? Does not look like it.
The infested Windrunner.
Yeah, you got to get that Windrun in bomb.
The Windrun in bomb.
The run bomb.
Windrun.
And that'll work.
I like it. Run at their face. Sure.
Not that many good options on their team unless you're hoping to creep in with an Invis Bounty Hunter.
Beautiful drawing there.
So we'll see. I know eventually he might have to pop out here. It doesn't look like there's going to be too many targets to go for, so.
Yeah, you don't want to waste too much time, but, you know, why walk when you can have Windrunner to carry you around?
We'll turn into a tier 1 push instead with the Focus Fire coming out. That will pop the glyph from Na'Vi here, and we'll see if Na'Vi look to converge.
I don't think they want to fight. They want time and space for this Sven. Oh, he actually picks up the Blink before Sanjasha. Okay. So he's probably going to go Blink and then straight into the BKB, I guess.
So would you think the Blink is the benefit to maybe avoid trouble, to help farm faster, jumping from camp to camp, or for maybe fighting sooner?
Well, it's been said before, and I still think it's a very strong point, that Blink Dagger is the type of item that gets stronger the more of them you have. If you have a Puck with Blink to initiate, it's really good if you have people who can blink up and follow up on that. So making sure Sven gets there immediately with his Echo Saber and double hits people. I think it's an okay itemization.
Ouch!
Yeah.
FNG eating the double Starfall there, level 4.
No casual dust, though, on the G.
So they will have to let FNG go. He TP's back.
Sneakiness.
Oh, a little late for that sentry drop, but...
Yeah, they're trying to find him in any way they can, but of course, gets away safely. A lot of people rotating down bottom, though, for Na'Vi.
And Na'Vi want to make a push for a tower, but I think Virtus Pro want to defend this tower. They already have a couple of hands on deck for this one, and
Infested Darkseer this time. Even more run at them and bomb.
Yeah, Surge Bomb coming in now.
All of it.
Distract them with a big vacuum wall, and they won't even notice the big bomb pop out. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what they do. I like the split push here by Mirana. Just, you know, you realize the enemy might be defending pretty hard on bottom. Just make sure mid-wave is pushing. She's going to run all the way top, probably. Try and finish Aghanims.
Na'Vi, though, not moving forward with this push. They're looking to get the hell out now as Dendy gets tracked up. And
this is great discipline by Na'Vi.
Yeah.
Because they don't have good early game fighting. even though they picked up the blink on Sven, I don't love their position until they farm up a bit on him. And Sven farms so fast right now, and Axe is almost complete on Mirana. Look at how bad Mirana is before she gets Axe. That's the thing. Like right now, all those items, the point booster, the Ogre Club, the Staff of Wizardry, I mean, sure, it's stats and all, but they're actually useless compared to, you know, a Blink Dagger or Armlets, these items.
So she'll be able to get a lot of the grind of farm at that top lane while we saw Sven working down the mid lane here. Virtus.pro will have to pull out their operation to the bottom lane and they head elsewhere. So Nico hiding in the Moonlight Shadow, but they got the track on him. He's going to be forced to drop down the Kinetic Field and Static Storm to avoid the trouble. They do get the dust off as they get the coil, but Dendy now going to be in trouble. He's track bursted and taken down. Lots of track
so
money for Virtus.pro. FNG will be going down, and Artstyle hoping to re-engage. Might have just thrown himself into the wolves, and it will be a 2-for-1 trade at the end of the day.
That was very costly. I mean, sure, you bailed out your disruptor and you got 1 return kill, but you just died.
2 track kills, if I'm not mistaken, too. So.
Yeah, and sadly, Dendy missed his Elusive Orb there, or he could have burst the Bounty Hunter really quick. And they're gonna go straight for Roshan with that. Windrunner, of course.
Yeah, pretty classic trade here. The tier 2 for the Roche. As, the Sven will continue his work down this top lane.
Actually, I think he has to run immediately when the bounty comes up, though. Because if anyone else TPs and bounty is already there, he just can't do anything. He's gonna die, so. Ooh, multiple arrows.
General throws in the arrow, grabs up the Invis rune, and we'll stock him a bit, but Virtus.pro. Oh, glimpse back, and a blink
on
out.
the high grounds, but they know it's there.
Yeah.
Arrow in 1 second.
And Dendy will join him up on the high ground for a little bit of fun, and with that Starstorm, he is certainly dead. Yeah. And they're not done yet. FNG is going to get coiled up. They drop the sentry here, but now comes Aloha Dance looking to engage. The jump in for the mighty Sword of Didya Rise. He wants to square up against this Lifestealer. He does get hexed up and tracked up, but he's still good. And there's the new Static Storm. That's going to help finish off for the Aegis here. They jump back, and this is Navi's biggest fight of the game right now. If they can come through with even more, they're going to try to get Aloha Dance, and they're all fighting him from the outside. He is dead.
Yeah.
Navi takedown 4.
Beautiful fight by Navi there, and they made great work of the Mirana in that fight. General has good positioning, and it's just the Sven denying so much of the damage from Lifestealer. You speed up your allies, you give them armor. It's basically the anti-Lifestealer buff that you get from Sven. Just so good.
Middle tower is under attack.
Really nice follow-up there from Navi, and now you have Sven, top of the net worth at this point.
Yeah, and he can become very dangerous. Like, I don't like playing Lifestealer against Sven. He has so much fast burst damage that it becomes really hard to just sustain against him. And even more so after the addition of Echo Saber as an item. You want to have the, you know, the slow fights kind of lifesteal against him, but as soon as you're even in farm or behind, it becomes hard.
And that's where, you know, you got to see if Virtus.pro are going to have that same kind of discipline that we saw from, like, OG in the last series. You're going against a team that has, you know, the Dendy puck and the coils. You don't want to be caught clustered, especially with a Sven on their team. But here we go. This is Sonico talking about FNG, looking for a little bit of payback from his early game nuisance. But
well, all of VP are coming here, though, and Navi are not bringing everyone, so they're going to give some respect and back out.
They did track up Sonico, who Moonlight shot away,
and they have a
he's hustling, man.
He's fast, but is he fast enough?
How deep does he want to go for this? Eventually, he's like, this is
spending a lot of time for it, and I don't think they can push mid tower either. So this could be a lot of time wasted for Aloha Dance.
He'll instead just make up the time by farming the neutral camp instead. So looks like they'll have to take their business elsewhere. Navi, good heads up.
They want to go on Sven because they see Mirana's off.
Pops out the war cry, and
he's safe.
He's out of there.
I wonder what Sven is going to pick up next, though. Maybe just a Assault has actually. More armor wouldn't be bad at all against the Windrunner and Lifestealer.
Yeah.
He could also go damage, straight damage build.
Is this because of the fact that you feel like maybe a BKB is just not necessary this game?
It's a great item, but I think you could, like, you have some freedom to itemize differently here as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Assault Cuirass and none of your teammates are gonna die as long as you Warcry them and have the buffs as well.
That was close, but they will be able to TP out here as Na'Vi.
Being sneaky on the mid lane.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, kinetic field onto Yoku with the static storm. Aloha Dance changes target lead to go for Arsal here, trying to chomp down the little deer. We'll be able to get it while Yoku's still alive. Finally get bursted down. Dira also going down after picking up his killing spree. This looks like a great fight for Virtus Pro now as they take down 3.
Well, if you go on a Darkseer like that and he has his team behind him, the line is going to instantly stun you. That was a scenario when he really wants to have this BKB. So that was a little bit too aggressive by Na'Vi. Really deep dive close under enemy tower, and it did not pay off.
No, it did not. So back to the grind to farm here. General will get these lanes pushed right back out. We'll see how fast Virtus Pro want to follow this up with even more momentum.
He wants to buy his Blink Dagger in the side chop. He's trying to go for it in some way. He's hiding.
FNG just beelines it right for him. Gets spotted. Ooh, nice little leap, yeah, before to avoid the shackle shot, but he's got to get it.
He bought the Blink Dagger in base. He could sell it and re-pick up the Blink Dagger.
It's too late. It's panic mode now. Almost able to burst down FNG with the nuke, but not going to be able to get it. I mean, she is able to get the Blink Dagger, which is nice, but a little too hectic there in the side chop.
A little too. He bought it too fast before he got into the side chop range. Sad thing about the items you can buy in either store.
Next thing you know, Valve will add the indicator for the radius of the shop.
Yes.
You know? Not just towers and spawn camps now for the side shops.
Yes, when you hold Alt, the Alt button, you can see it. That should be a thing.
Close enough. Well, not this time for General, so that almost makes it a 4-man takedown now for Virtus Pro, getting that catch-up kill. So back the other way just after Na'Vi got their own 4-man grab, and now we got a ball game.
Yeah, and you know, I actually think that Aloha Dance has been infesting everyone on the team of VP by now. He's now in FNG, going for the Invis infest.
Yep.
Spending a lot of time on these ganks, but he's still #1 in net worth.
Yeah.
So he's doing a great job, actually.
Yeah, not one of those lifestealers who bothers with the ancient camps at all, or ancient creeps.
No, I like that, though, because I hate the ancient creep lifestealers. I really don't like it.
I know, it's just funny to see it from both sides. Like, some are all about getting the ancient, you know, creep and working with. Others are more, I want to fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that it's not effective to go for ancient creeps. I just don't like it. It's disgusting, especially the dragon ever since the buff to him. Like, yeah, give him a fireball, give him armor aura, you know, make it some ultra creep. And then you have a lifestealer infesting it, making it faster, and a radiance. Dear God. It's just dirty, dude.
Then you have an Ion Shell and a Surge on your team to help it even better. Get close to the action. Maybe a Crystal Maiden to provide some extra mana. Who knows? But
beautiful.
In this case, well, always want to fly. Definitely making his lifestealer work.
Yeah, I much prefer this CIS version lifestealer.
And
what about for Virtus Pro now? You know, the Bounty Hunter already picking up the Arcanes, but do you think a mech might be necessary for their team? We don't have the easy mech candidate like the Bounty Hunter had in the last game for Na'Vi, having a Chen on your side. But, Darkseer.
Yeah, Darkseer has one.
Yes, of course.
No, he's just going to go for a 4-staff. He's going to try and control, you know, whenever they land an arrow or something.
Oh, big jump in. The Blink Bomb coming out with assistance from Yoku, led to an easy kill, taking down Artstyle and his Enchantress. Now Stack Storm going to be committed. General jumps in, gets off mighty nuke damage, and quickly helps clean up too. Buyback going to be coming out now from FNG. Na'Vi still swinging here. Ditya Ra and Aloha Dance going toe-to-toe. Aloha Dance winning this fight, though. Pulls out the open wounds and will continue to finish and knock out, take out Ditya Ra.
Yeah, he just doesn't have enough backup there, and now Puck gonna scramble away. The fight is over, but Sven got a little bit too deep there, and his team really can't tower dive, because they're just gonna die immediately if they get focused. And then he just gets left against a Sanchi Asha Lifestealer with Echo Saber. That slows you down so much. Hard fight to take, but at least they forced a buyback on the Bounty Hunter, and they did kill him, so dieback, I guess. Still a very good fight for Na'Vi, I think. Just sad they didn't get an objective out of it.
Seems to be kind of the trend. It makes it, I mean, Virtus Pro are definitely making it very difficult for Na'Vi, like, even if they're able to take any names with them, but being able to get that follow-up seems to be a next level of difficult for them, so
yeah,
credit to Virtus Pro for that.
Yeah, definitely. And, I mean, the bad thing about losing your Sven as well there is if he falls behind all of a sudden to a Lifestealer, it is kind of volatile. Like, whoever gets ahead enough, you know, it's about the next big item, because Sven, he has to be of course, but when the Lifestealer has his Daedalus complete, as we saw in last game, he just had so much damage, then your armor might not be enough.
Certainly helps when you got the track as well. So we'll put this lifesteal even further ahead as there's already over 2K.
Yeah, finds the lifesteal here, but oh no, he whiffs.
Swing and a miss and raged up. See you later, guys. Oh, invis root. Okay, I'll take that too. Bye-bye now.
And I'm gonna infest, so I'm invisible while infesting my bounty. He actually still has the invis buff on him. It's hilarious. Yeah, that was 2 ultis used.
Uh-oh. Jump in now for General here, and it looks like they'll get it. Aloha Dance with the 1-2 punch to help finish it off. We'll secure it and
809 damage.
pull back for this Lion. Dendy wants to see if they can burst him down, but Dendy could be in trouble, but drops the coil. G looks to continue to make his move, but it's a defensive coil, it feels like. Still not going to be enough to finish. No fear.
Bottom as well, just diving after Ditya Ross.
He's
oh my
alone.
god.
He's dead.
The track
Oh,
chasing.
man. I don't
VP are
know.
just pulling ahead in these
It was
skirmishes.
pretty neck and neck there when I said, well, we have a ball game, but then
It was.
since then, Virtus Pro have taken 3 good fights now.
Yeah, they're really catching up now on Windrunner as well. She's starting to deal a ton of damage. You know, it's as we see, when you have Blink Dagger and Maelstrom or Axe Maelstrom, you can get 2 items really on the Windrunner. You start doing stuff. Now she almost has her full Axe completed. Low cooldown.
Radiant's middle tower has
And this
fallen.
lifestealer is getting further and further ahead. This Sven was neck and neck, then it was 2K difference, now up to 4K difference. This is...
Yeah, I mean, that's
Crazy.
because Sven is going backwards in net worth right now. That's
Yeah.
not a good thing.
Oh, here we go. Virtus probably going to make committed dive, and Art Style is good as dead. That Enchantress not even standing a chance here. Virtus Pro begin to make their move for this tier 3. Hail Mary arrow. Not going to catch a target. Just trying to spam, get rid of this wave. Kinetic field dropped in the middle, only going to be able to lock down G
wow.
here. Aloha Dance bursted
Needs to arm
hard.
the toggle.
Yeah.
Gets out though.
And he jumps into his safety vessel, and they get the hell out of there.
For a little blink and then he
Arrow? Oh,
TP's out.
okay. Looks like they'll be fine, but good damage on that tier 3, it looks like here.
I mean, Na'Vi definitely have the potential to turn this around. Their magic damage burst is there. They just need to find a way to disable this lifestealer though. Because when they have the Veil and the double Starfall from Mirana's Aghanims, it deals a ton of damage.
Not coming together, though. Doesn't feel as cohesive from the side of Na'Vi. We're seeing a couple of whiffs of some of these big static ultimates as they try to find isolated targets, and then as they
Dying
go
on different
skirmish there,
lanes.
yeah. And when VP notices that those, encounters are not working out for Na'Vi, they take advantage elsewhere when, there'll be a Sven all by himself. And
They do have a big thing coming around the corner though. They almost have the Aghanims on Puck completed, 100 gold away. And that Aghanims is great against both Windrunner, the Lifestealer. I mean, it's just a nasty Aghs upgrade.
we'll see if it's a ticket to help get Na'Vi back in this game. An arrow bullseye, and it's on the lifestealer. They'll scout him out as he tries to make a move into the Roche pit here. Na'Vi saying, we're here. We know you're doing it.
Yeah. The worrisome part, though, is this BKB duration going down for Sven. I mean, he needs to have a long duration BKB in these fights because everyone has something that he doesn't want to get hit by. Vacuum, Shackle, Lion Hex.
And now look at this. Virtus Pro looking to go back on the offensive. Na'Vi defensively posturing up.
Both teams know this next fight is really important.
All right, Virtus Pro like, well, they're not around. Let's go in and do Roche.
Yep, they're sneaking back in.
General will lob the arrow in that way, and will spot out. Will it spot out?
Yeah, it's
A little
scouted.
south. It's scouted, though. Jump in, then he gets a
Oh, Lion is
four-man
dead.
coil.
Great
They
coil.
instantly blow up the Lion. Now they're looking to clean up the rest of the pieces here. Nice static storm.
Oh, God.
Dropped right in the middle. This is Navi's chance as they quickly get a triple kill on the Ditya Raw. They get the fourth one down. Big fight for Na'Vi here as they're about to get a 5-man wipe. If they can catch up to FNG.
The glimpse is ready, but they can't see him anymore.
Oh, they can't, so they can't pull him back. But my God, look at that gold swing
Ditya
here.
though, he has one thing on his mind. He's like, this Aegis would be pretty nice in my inventory right now.
And he's going for it. Just what Na'Vi needed
Yeah.
to get themselves back into this game.
I mean, that was perfect execution team fight. Na'Vi fluctuate between not really being on the same kind of execution to this, which was just, okay, Lion is immediately bursted. At the same time, Dendy catches the Lifestealer and the Windrunner with an ulti. It was just as good as it could get for Na'Vi.
Is under attack.
yeah, Virtus Pro, they did that smoke sweep. They're like, no one's around, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it. But Na'Vi just, they read that situation so well. I don't know if it was just game sense or what, but they pulled all the way back.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
And they just waited for their moment.
Yeah, beautiful.
Went in and, oh, look at this Mirana. The E-Blade pickup.
Oh.
You thought that
Yeah, it's
nuke hurt before.
It is actually a pretty common build after the Aghanims change now. You can do so much damage now, of course. not only with Nuke, but also the E-Blade is going to be great against Lifesteer. You can sometimes save a teammate with that.
Yep.
And great against Windrunner because she doesn't really seem to be buying a BKB in this game. And, I mean, you could potentially burst her. Just E-Blade after your arrow, leap in, double Starfall. That's going to hurt.
So we'll see. That was a big enough boost to put Na'Vi more on the forefront. Feels like this game could be back to square even almost. But Na'Vi have the ball in their court in the form of an Aegis right now, so we'll have to see.
And they also have a smoke, so they're sitting back a little bit, letting the carry clear their wave, and they're going to smoke up. And here they go, see if they can find anyone. They actually do see them with the wards.
Yep.
This is
They're
perfect
heading
for Na'Vi.
right that way.
Yep.
Okay. They got Soniko up in front. Could scout out and get a glimpse back.
They need to go quickly, though, because VP are going to pull out from
Looks
this.
like they already are.
Yeah, they actually get...
Oh, look at that. They drew a path. They might cut them off through the side shop here.
I think they might want to use the Warcry when they smoke up like this.
It looks
just
like
to
they're going to see Aloha Dance. They make their
great
move.
rage.
Quick rage. Will avoid any sort of lockdown here. Dendy jumps in, gets shackled immediately. Beautiful job from G on that one. And they quickly disperse. VP avoid a lot of trouble on that one.
That was really nice.
But the damage is still coming out here. Virtus Pro could look to make a response play here. And it looks like they will. They're going to get isolated on art style, take him down. Disruptor will be able to make it back and away. Arrow. Swing and a miss, it looked like. Ditch your Raw, though. Tracked up, looking to hustle away. While on the other side, E-Blade, Rage, Dodge. Aloha Dance very low, but now they look to go back for General here.
Yeah, he gets the Arcane Rune as well, so he's probably going to be fine. I think both of them are going to escape safely here. But you know what won them that fight? This little ward right here. That ward hidden in the trees, the Sentry ward, just scouted out this Moonlight Shadow movement, allowing the Lifesteer to live.
Oh, they finally catch up with Ditya on this one.
His
Aloha
Aegis,
Dance
though,
goes right
it's
to
not a
work.
good target.
They're going to have to get it down not once but twice, or at least get the once to get the hell out. G's not going to be able to get away with a laugh on this one. Wolver's Pro make it out. He's going on to FNG like, please take me away, but he jumps right back out, and as Yoku shows up, they'll decide to try to make a fight out of it with the help of the vacuum, and I don't think it's going to be enough. Ditya Raw pops his BKB and actually 180's back, then looks to re-engage. Aloha Dance now going to be trapped. There goes the Starfall damage.
Sven is like, I want to hit him, though.
He's so hard to get a hold of, and they'll get him. Javelins fly through with the help of Art Style, and he also gets a secondary kill. And it's Na'Vi right back with a good response. They take down 4 from Virtus Pro.
That was so greedy by VP, though. Diving a Sven with Aegis under his tower, it's just like not respecting Na'Vi at all.
Mega deep.
Yeah, and that's really dangerous to just dive a team like this. They have Disruptor, Mirana, tons of stuff to catch you, the puck. That was a misplay.
And that puts us right back. One side to the next.
This is a roller coaster, this game. And Sven now has 5.5k net worth, so his next item pickup is going to be pretty massive. I think he wants to go for MKB here. Just add some damage onto this Sven. Make sure he can hit the Windrunner at any time and just win the man fight. He could also go back for the Solkra still, but I think considering the Windrunner doing so much work, you know, we saw G with the Shackles and his Focus Fire. You just want to have someone can bring him down immediately. And Enchantress can't because of Windrun.
We'll see if that's going to be the item of choice as he still nurses that gold a bit. And Na'Vi, after pushing down...
Oh, it's going to be the Assault Cuirass. Decides
right.
to go. I guess I just going to save him a little bit more against Lifesteer, and he has been losing the man fights against Lifesteer a lot. So it's just itemizing towards that.
Everybody will benefit a lot from that armor, so... A nice
But,
boost for him.
you know, a big part that plays into this game, compared to the first game, this time they have Enchantress instead of Chen. Against Lifesteer, mid-game, late-game, Enchantress does tons of damage.
Yep.
And she can also use her impetus against Rage, you know, ever since they changed Piercing Magic Immunity. So it's really a
She's got just a great ceiling to work with in the game overall. Just
I would love to see her just pick up Power Treads, though, because he has Dragonlance,
Attack speed,
it's
come
all
on.
great, but the attack speed is really not there.
Shadows take us.
Get some deeps.
Na'Vi, though, making their move. Moonlight Shadow. FNG is
God.
nearby.
Aggressive.
And, uh-oh, there's the trouble. There's the jump. They're looking to go. Glimpse pull back, but that is going to be canceled. And they'll just get the quick burst, taking out the line. And now they're looking for more. Ditya Raw going to be fighting. Aloha Dance under the Stack Storm Kinetic Field. They go toe-to-toe, and this time Ditya Raw came to play. Triple kill for him, my God.
Yeah,
Absolute Goliath.
Mirana just brought down the Windrunner, who bought back as well. They need to get something out of this, but Sven says, hey, let's run.
They look to disengage or at least reposition here.
Yeah, healing up, of course. Enchantress full HP. Great fight for Na'Vi, though. They force a... Well, I wouldn't even say they force a buyback. VB decided to buy back, but probably the wrong decision here. They can't do anything.
I figured Na'Vi were going to be committing in for good, but not the case. Money lost for Virtus Pro, and the Na'Vi just kind of showing that they're going to be happy to kind of decide when they want to fight.
I feel like it's been such an interesting ride between the Sven and Lifesteer in terms of net worth. I've just been following the net worth of these two throughout the story of the game. Lifesteer was at 18,000 when Sven was at 12.
Yep.
And now he's at 18,000 when the Sven is at 20. Like, it's just been, you know, overtakes over and over here. But this time Sven made a pretty strong recovery.
Na'Vi's taking the better fights. They're getting more out of them. They got that Roche, and you know, we haven't seen Virtus Pro being able to get a lot of kills with it or get that kind of track gold catch-up.
You know what I think is the biggest pickup or the biggest play right now in this game? It's the fact that Mirana is just focusing down Windrunner. He's shutting it down Windrunner really hard in the fights. So maybe that's why they don't go for the MKB. Because he's just locking onto her. She has no BKB. She's the perfect target for the burst from her Starstorm. And the E-Blade. Then she can't right-click anyone. Oh.
Boom! How's it going? And dead.
Goodbye.
Wow. Oh, and there might get a follow-up. Aloha Dance is going to be there.
The
Force pulls him
stab.
out, but it doesn't matter. He is just
No, they force him themselves to break off the to break the coil. That's an Axe coil.
And FNG will also be going down. That's a gem on the ground. Na'Vi, biggest lead of the game so far now. And they are getting ready to start knocking on the base.
They're getting into massive leads.
And now the Digura will begin to go to work on this tier 3. Arrow to fly, a jump in on for G, and General shows him who the real big G is in town. Now these racks is exposed, and Na'Vi are going to take them. And we could be in store for a game number 3 at this rate, Walker.
We definitely could be. General just trying to harass away and keep the Windrunner away from the Sven so he can go to town. Man, Na'Vi. I did say they fluctuate between really beautiful and sometimes a little bit questionable, but they pulled their play together.
Once it was just that, when they pulled together, it was very obvious that they were winning these fights. It was only at those times when one would get caught out, Sven alone farming at the bottom lane, you know, that they ran into a lot of trouble, and Virtus Pro were able to kind of make the most out of it.
Ditchara gonna get Force Staff back. Force Staff in though.
Double stun.
Oh,
follow-up shackle, follow-up pull for a finger. Beautiful stuff from Virtus Pro. Dendy looks to disrupt though, jumps in. Nice waning rift, sidesteps it a bit. Digura though, this is a good chunk of money with a track on top of it. This could be bad. This is lots of money for Virtus Pro.
Wow, and that's track kills all of it.
Yep.
So plenty of gold going back the way.
I want to see this fight recap.
Yeah.
Oh my.
That is a pretty big swing, and not just gold, the experience as well, 8.8k. But they did just get double racks.
Yes.
Lost both the racks bottom, melee racks mid. They need to get some damage done here onto Navi's base, and there's buybacks on everyone.
Yep. At least move forward. I assume they'll try to at least force out those buybacks here.
Yeah, and then see if you can safely disengage, because there's a puck, there's, you know, disruptor. It's pretty hard to get out after forcing them.
We'll see if they can do it. They move in, tier 3, which is already brought down pretty damn low since the last time Virtus Pro made a push, which feels like a year ago.
Yeah.
But now they're back in, they're looking to finish what they started. Na'Vi might be handing over this Rex. No, just as I say that, the buybacks will be coming out, and they look at that, they get a nice Hex for Aloha Dance, good force, gets them away from trouble, and
Disruptor to being ultra aggressive, not gonna go for a glimpse here though.
Glimpse play though.
Yeah, they're just waiting. They don't have pucks, so they're trying to wait it out and now see if they can catch someone when he respawns. But Mirana already hanging off to the split push role that she has been fulfilling so much. She has a Hex, by the way, and between Hex and E-Blade, he can deny so much damage from VP. Oh, the smoke.
Uh-oh. Virtus Pro are still around. And they're all popped. There's the jump in commitment. Digura, BKB pop. They're looking to pop the stacks for him. The two big cores go toe-to-toe, but with the impetus coming out, it's not a fair fight. And that's going to force always want to fly to hop right into the back of No Fear here, but now No Fear going to be targeted up, taken down. Digura finds Aloha Dance, pulls him out from that dead corpse and kills him. And now, Na'Vi get all 4 down from Virtus Pro, and even Yoku not even going to be able to make it away. Beautiful glimpse back. He's down. 5-man wipe. A Roche would make it all the sweeter for Na'Vi, but it's not going to be up yet, and instead they're going to be looking to go for the final blow.
They're like, don't come here, we have buybacks. but they know, Windrunner, you don't have a buyback. We're going.
Dire's middle
We're going. Your buyback is still on cooldown.
You can pull back, but it's just a tickle.
Yeah, he's actually just playing ultra aggressive here. But they're waiting for Roshan. He does respawn. That's Aegis and Cheese available.
And it would take one Hail Mary of a play for Virtus.pro to stop the next coming push from Na'Vi with the benefit of this Aegis here.
That's true. That's true. And Artstyle as well picked up a Moon Shard. So we were talking about how he didn't have attack speed. He's like, okay, I'll pick one item to fix this.
Did he get the treads too?
Nope, no treads. Just a Moon Shard.
Upgrading boots. That's not cool anymore.
Yeah, that's so 2015.
Not for Na'Vi, at least.
Okay, 5.6k gold on the Sven now as well. Who did have to use his buyback earlier, but, you know, that means he has money that he can spend now. No point saving it.
He doesn't have a spot for it, though, unless he
could go
decides to go Satanic. Yeah, yeah.
Or Travels upgrades. There's some options. Or Moon Shard.
Moon Shard? Yeah, you're right. But he's
and
investing.
They also have the option to buy the full Hex on Dandy. He probably will save buyback, though, because this game, the way it goes back and forth, the team fights, if you one time don't have buyback when you could have, you're going to beat yourself for that.
Oh, yeah. Na'Vi not looking to go
General.
down that road. General's up alone here, and they've made the jump for him. Can they burst him down fast enough here? Pull back, it looks like they will.
They definitely have the damage, and that's 1,057 golds towards the Windrunner. That is quite a lot. Actually, they get 3,188 gold
smokes
for killing that one Mirana.
That's the rubber band for you. Virtus.pro, they're happy to take that extra bit of pets, but you know, this is the team though still down a couple of sets of racks here. You know, we'll have to see if it's going to be enough money to help secure them a better high ground defense. Hey, G was able to get the BKB now.
Yeah.
Makes things difficult for General to kind of, you know.
Does change a lot, actually, because every single fight has been the story of how General just goes in and kills G.
Yep.
But he still has the Hex. So if he gets a good lead with that, if he blinks in and hexes him, he can still make the same play.
Or Puck, too. They both have the Blinks Hex now.
But G is, you know, from his Shadow Fiend days, I know for a fact he has a very, very fast reaction to when something happens. His BKBs are some of the fastest I've ever seen. So as long as he doesn't tank a Hex from Fog of War, he should be fine.
I wonder if Na'Vi could use that against him. They just blink in, psych, don't do anything. He
Psych,
pops BKB.
Leap out, goodbye.
Leap out. Yeah, it could happen. Virtus.pro, though, smoke up. They're looking to go on the offensive before trouble comes to their doorstep. They're going to see if they can kind of disrupt the momentum a bit from Na'Vi. They are going to be heading into Na'Vi territory, but Na'Vi's not there. Na'Vi up to the northern part of the map. We'll see what kind of wraparound play Virtus.pro can go for, maybe to catch them from behind.
Yeah, both teams kind of just playing around each other here.
Scans from both sides. Both will be misses.
Yeah, they're scanning inside.
This is good. Virtus.pro will see that Na'Vi's not inside their base, and will obviously deduct that they're at the top of the map here. So they're going to take a long road all the way up and behind Na'Vi here.
Yeah, Virtus.pro are very sneaky right now.
But if they go up in this area, they could risk running into Na'Vi on the high ground.
Well, they also have vision here, so this is pretty good for VP.
Okay, can they make the jump? They're going to go for Dendi. Pull back, kinetic field, a response from Ditya. Lion was there 1 second, dead the next. They are going to get Dendi down, and Aloha Dance also going to get muscled apart. Could be in trouble. There goes the burst. Yoku trying to hustle out. G just destructed and destroyed, and this could be the beginning of the end here. Lifestealer, no buyback, 90 seconds going to be put on the sidelines, and here comes Na'Vi going for the finishing blow of this game too.
Yeah, that's just a lot of damage being brought. The entire Na'Vi team had so much damage to offer in these fights.
But the damage really showed itself is once Na'Vi came together to make it work.
Yes.
I mean, they were finding a lot across the map. General, obviously, grinding his way and building up that farm on the Mirana, but occasionally Ditya caught alone. Once they came together, though, it just looked so beautiful.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, they had as I said, I like this draft a lot more than the first game draft, and they play it better as a team. I think the last draft they had was just extremely hard to execute, whereas this is more straightforward.
Now, what about for Virtus.pro? It looked like things were going all right for them. Almost a bit of a deja vu from game number 1. They had a good job kind of being the gatekeeper, preventing a lot of aggression from the Enchantress. We saw Lifestealer with the majority of the early and mid game at the top of the net worth here, but how come it just didn't work out for him?
Well, I mean, this game, it didn't work out because Lifestealer gets denied so hard by these heroes like Mirana can leap away, burst the movement speed of an entire team. Sven can also Warcry, burst the movement speed of the entire team. You get kited too much. It's really hard. And the Puck ulti, they used the Puck ulti and force-staffed him out of it so he gets stunned for a really long time just standing there. I think Na'Vi just played great in the team fights when they had 5 people there and they had items to work with.
Yeah. Well, with that win, that means we're going to be in store for an epic and hype game number 3 between these two CIS teams. So
Yes.
we'll cut to a small ad break. When we come back,